I'll go back. I was an elementary school teacher for 25 years. Back home in Texas, got up here, taught 1 year, and realized that it was time for me to dust the feet off my shoes and say, I'm done, and go into a different career path. And I love nursing. I'm so excited. This is my last semester. And so I'm excited tonight that I'm able to give you some tips and guides that will help you. I am going to try to share a PowerPoint with you in a few seconds. And I'm just excited that I get to do this tonight because this is pretty cool that I get to do this. But I had thoroughly enjoyed it. Yeah, this is our last semester. I don't know if we're going to be able to get into clinicals or not. That's okay. Welcome to Zoom land, I guess you can say. The one thing I say is, build friendships over, when there's several teachers that like to do breakout sessions, get to know each other as much as possible because you need that brotherhood, sisterhood, because you're in school for a while, since you're in together, you need to support each other and don't do that catty chatting, against each other. Be there to support each other because, you're going to be future nurses and that's what you need to do is support each other through this because it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough and stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and start on the PowerPoint. Let me see. Share the screen. Okay. All right, I'm going to begin at the very beginning and get this going. Okay. All right. Some of you probably already know this. Before class, how do you read everything? The one thing you're going to have several, instructors say, just read the chapter objectives. If you can read the chapter objectives and know what's going on in class and get in your head what's going on, and you'll be able to do well. Also, you don't need to read word for word. Actually, what I will do, I actually read the objectives and go through the chapter, anything that is in bold print, tables, charts, pictures, I'll look at and read and go on. How do I know what to focus on? Again, the syllabus. Read your syllabus. So when you have your syllabus, it's going to tell you, you're going to have columns and it's going to tell you in one, the week, and then right across from it, it's going to tell you what your readings are, what you need to focus. That is what you need to study actually for your tests. Everything that's in the syllabus should be what you know. Print out PowerPoints if provided. That's a good thing if you can do that. Look at their notes. Sometimes in the PowerPoints, if you don't hit where it says notes, you're not going to know there's notes. And sometimes teachers actually type out notes. And when they type those notes out, that's sometimes a hint, hey, this is probably going to be on the test. So you need to look at the notes and the PowerPoints, okay, and that will help you too. YouTube is good. If you don't understand a word, just like today, I was going back over a word and I was like, I don't understand this word. And I'll actually Google it, or and a friend and I will chat about the word. What does it mean? So if you don't understand a word, really look the word up. Do the YouTube. Find out what they're doing. I know Khan Academy is really good at explaining things. If you need help, try to think of one question to ask during lecture, especially if you're reading through something. You can just, do that. If you don't recognize the word, again, Google it. Take the time. I'm going to move my little thing right here. Get organized. I'm going to show y'all what I do. I have everything up here. I have a calendar. I need to take it down anyway. This semester's almost over with. And I do several things that you're going to be able to see. When you get on in school, I'm showing you my thing right here. You can print this off on Canvas, and it's a calendar. I don't know if you can see it or not. Can you see it okay? It's a calendar. And then when you do things, it's almost like a checkoff list. It actually crosses things out, what have been completed. So this is a really good thing, to have, okay, to print off when you need it. It's on Canvas. Okay, this right here, this is my weekly schedule. And on this weekly schedule, it's a calendar that they're going to send you. Okay. Print off that calendar. Because if you don't print it off and near the end of the semester, let's say 4 weeks before the end of the semester, they want to update and do a new calendar. And if you did not print this off, it's gone. So print this calendar off. And then also go back and look on your phone on Google Docs, because they do update the calendar sometimes weekly or daily. So your calendar is going to be your best friend, constantly daily looking to see, did something change? Was something added? Did they do something? So it's almost like you're becoming a secretary too. You have to be organized in your calendar. And what I mean, let me just have it over there. What I mean, I'm going to show you my phone so I can get there. What I mean by that is that you have, I don't know if you can see it. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's my husband, if you can see it. Oh, it's horrible. It's right here. It's called a Google Calendar doc. Can you see it? I'm sorry if you can't see it because it's so, I'm trying. When you do that, it has my whole schedule. Okay. It pulls up my schedule. And you're Miss Sarva is going to send you the calendar, and you're going to download this calendar. This is the calendar that changes all the time. This is the calendar that you want to look at daily to see if something's changed with your clinicals, with Zoom, with class, you know, whatever. This is something that you're going to want to have on your phone. And there should be something that you'll get to. Hopefully she'll send some instructions like she did for us. Okay, so don't wait the last minute or second to complete assignment. You never know what's going to go on with you physically, especially since coronavirus is out. You don't know if you're going to get sick or if you have kids. Doesn't matter, parents, if something happens, you have ample time to get it done. And if you don't wait till the last minute, they're going to say, well, you had all this time. Why did you wait? Are you waiting the day before to get done when you had 3 weeks to get it done? So make sure you complete your assignments. Make sure you know which days you have class again. There was a thing, I have several calendars. This is the calendar I could take in my backpack when we were at school. And so in my calendar at home, I just have, and it's color coordinated too from when school and all that. So I have it. And that way, if I have a dentist appointment, hair appointment, it's here and I can check it. And so I'm not, going back. And I also have it printed for my family to know what's going on. So they know we can't plan functions on those days. And make sure you have what you need on the days of class and clinicals. I want to stress, with y'all going up, you have to have your hair back in clinicals. Only one pair of earrings, white shoes, white socks, no nails, just you have to be your part. If not, then it's not fun getting talked to about why aren't you prepared, or I'm sorry, you're going to have to go home because you don't have your badge on. So just like they treat clinicals and STEMs and skills just like you're at work. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one. And are there any questions so far? Okay.
What was about rings?
Huh?
Rings like wedding bands and such?
I'm married and I don't, but it can be a band, so I don't even wear mine, it's not worth the battle to me. Okay. It's like, what am I gonna do? Where, sometimes some girls have those plastic rings, that you can get, the rubber ring,
okay,
like $7. But your wedding, they don't want your wedding rings, but it can be a band. It can be a band.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Record voice memo. So there is a thing that I have on my phone. It was an app. It was a voice recorder that I actually play. I hit it and I put it on my laptop and leave it there and record the lesson, because some teachers don't record. So it's nice to go back and to listen to lectures. I really stress that you go back and listen to some of the lectures, because it really does help you get in your mind what needs to. Concept maps. I don't know if you guys are familiar with concept maps yet, if they've done anything in class with that. Hopefully there will be some explanations on that. That's good. Highlight and edit and take notes before class. That again goes back to your objectives. If you can look at your objectives know your objectives before class, take notes. Then when they're actually in class, you can just highlight those notes. Focus on what the instructor mentions more than once. If they speak, let's say, I'm going to say, they speak a long time on wounds. Let's say 5 minutes on wounds, but 2 minutes on crutches. What are you going to study more? They're wanting you to know wounds, okay? They're wanting you to know that. Listen, do whatever you have to do to focus for lecture and listen to what your instructor says. Okay, after class, rewrite notes, organize and repetition. I know that I'm with a really group of girls that we get together, we like take a 30-minute break, and then we get together the same day or 30 minutes after, and we go over what we learned in class, because you will hear something totally different than what your friend heard. Okay, so it's good to go back and say, okay, did you hear this, or what did you get out of this the same day? Study groups, meet after class again, 30 minutes, and review the material you just learned. Take turns teaching each other, and that's so good. I even had some girls come over my house like a month ago. She brought her whiteboard, and we actually taught each other. That's the study group that I'm with. Approach subjects as a patient. Okay, this is something that you're going to need for your testing. How will you know if something goes wrong? What will you do to treat this patient, and what is your priority? In priority, you're going to think of your ABCs, such as airway, breathing, and circulation. Looking at a question, if that doesn't work, then you're going to go to Maslow's law. What do they need? You know, they need to be fed, shelter, and then you go up from there. So anytime you see that word priority, think ABCs and look at your answers. ABCs is airway, breathing, you know, circulation. Okay, that's not there. Now I need to do Maslow's. Okay, so when you have that word, that's a hint, priority. Look for that. All right, and the next one, this is some strategies. I know when I first started, we took a test to figure out what our learning style is. So have y'all been able to do that? Did they do that for you guys? Okay, no? Okay. I really suggest that you take the time and really try to find out what type of learner are you? Are you auditory? Can you just get in the car after you take the lecture and just listen to it and you're fine? Are you tactile? Do you need to write, you know, notes over? So that's something to think about. What type of learner are you? Are you visual? I'm visual. I had to literally, you know, I can listen to someone, but I feel like it goes in one ear out the other. So I had to actually read, I had to, you know, look at things. And I know a lot of people, there's more visual people than the others, but, you know, take the time to see what type of learner you are, because that's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to study. And that's also how you're going to be successful in nursing school. Okay, this is really cool. So if you don't need to, I would write this down right now. Leveling up RN is fabulous. Let me see, where's my cards? Okay, so are y'all familiar with Leveling Up RN? Okay, she's wonderful. She has cards, and on these cards, like this is like fundamentals. This is fundamentals, and it's like pharmacokinetics, excretion, and it tells you everything that you need to know about it. Okay, along with your other notes, but this is a good thing to study too. Okay, registered nurse RN. Oh my gosh, she is Southern like me, and she's amazing. Okay, she goes into, this is a good resource to have, but this is right here to really understand the process of diagnosis, you know, of situations, respiratory alkalosis, how to do ABG, figuring out ABGs, and doing tic-tac-toe. This right here, this is a fabulous. I mean, she's just awesome.
Where do you find those? Is that like a Facebook page or Instagram?
YouTube. And I just YouTube these.
YouTube. Okay, YouTube.
Yeah, this one is going to be, just Google it on the web. This one, YouTube. This one, YouTube. Hell of the RN. she's going to be on YouTube too. And then up here are some other apps that you can put on your phone to study, such as the RN Mentor app. Because I want to suggest to y'all right now, I'll talk to my instructor, Miss Olson, who I love. She's my favorite. Y'all don't tell anybody, okay? I just love her. She's an amazing professor. And I told her I'm finally getting understanding ATI questions. It's taken me how long? But you have to do ATI questions, like 25 ATI questions a night. If you do 25 questions, ATI questions a night, you're going to do good. So this is one that, this is one right here, RN Mentor. I hope they still have it because it's on my phone. I have it. And this is one that's really, really good that when you're in the doctor's office, anywhere, if someone else is driving the car, you can pull it up and go, okay, I'm going to do my 25 questions. Boom, it's done. This one is good, but you have to pay for it. I have this one. The ATI reader is really, really good. I use it because I have the outdated version of ATI books. So this one helps me with the new books that I need for my classes. So these are some really good ones, but this one right here is really good. But again, do your 25. If anything I can leave you, do ATI. Do ATI. Okay.
And those questions are in that first app, the RN Mentor?
Yes, they're
Okay.
ATI questions.
Oh,
But
cool. Okay.
also, hopefully, I wish I was doing that class too, but we'll have to see if I can do that class too. Just show y'all how to actually do that, get into ATI and figure out how to do the questions too.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Stop me anytime. Is there any other questions y'all have here? Okay, I'm going to go on. Studying. Okay, Saunders. Okay, the Saunders NCLEX book. Let me get this too. Okay, I'm sorry, you guys. Here we go. I haven't seen my mom in a year, over a year, and they're coming in from Louisiana. They're driving, so I'm kind of like, my study room is cleaned. So this is what the Saunders, they have a new Saunders book, but this is really good too. Some of your instructors will actually get their test questions from here. Okay, so this is a good book to get. You can also look and see if they have secondhand books. You know, like me, I have all these like things I've done, but this is a really good book to get.
Do you mind stating the edition or author?
This one, I know I've had this for over a year. Let's see. Sure there's a way y'all can take a picture of this. You know what? I can put it in the chat. Well, I'll put it in the chat. Let's see.
And is this the resource? Are these resources that you kind of look at every day or when? I mean,
I look at this after I have, like I do my objectives first, look through them. I just write down what the objective, answer the objective after class. Then that's what I'll do this.
Okay. On that topic.
Yeah. On that topic. Okay. And some of them it goes into, more detail of the topic in an explanation.
Okay.
So this is a good book to get. It's just the Saunders. It's right there. The author is Saunders NCLEX. Does that help you, Jacqueline? The Saunders NCLEX.
Thank you. Yeah, Saunders NCLEX. I just didn't know if it was a different edition because a lot of NCLEX books have different editions or like a year.
Right. This is the older edition. So they have a newer one that came out last year. So I would go and look for the newer one, and I would look probably for the 2019 or 2020 one.
Okay, it's still Saunders edition though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then later on, because you're going to have to come up with diagnoses and stuff, this is a good book to get for later on. Okay. And it's called Nursing Diagnosis Handbook.
Do you recommend getting a drug guide as well?
You can, yes.
Okay.
Anything that will help you. I hope you guys have Miss North. Miss North was fabulous in farm. She made it understand that she did really good. Again, if you get the leveling up RN, that will help you with farm too. That will help you. So this would be really, really good for farm to get, because that's how I studied and it was very beneficial for me on that. But this right here is just this one, it's just a really, you'll need later on is this one right here. Okay, again, find your tribe, find out your group when they study. Again, take turns teaching, focus on treating the patient. I think his name is Joshua that ran for SNAS president. He's SNAS president and stuff. So he should be actually hopefully sending some information out how to get in touch with SNAS and do that. All right. Studying in a place similar to where your initial learning is taking place. Like I come here. Every time I go out there to the recliner, I do not retain anything. So I have to come back here. Even though I want to be out there where it's really comfortable, I know that if I'm in here in my room, I'm going to study, better. Make sure you have a space to set up at your home studying, like good lighting, away from distractions. A room that's cooler and temperature is better to study. Take advantage of most alert times. Like normally I'll go to bed around 8 and get up at 3 in the morning. That's just me. I'm a morning person. And if you're an evening person, then you can, study evening. Find out when you're most alert. You cannot comprehend anything if you're extremely tired. All it's going to do is make you frustrated and cry because you're not maintaining anything. Don't get behind. Let me tell you, if I can stress something, do not get behind. As soon as you know your schedule, look at and see what you can knock out because you don't know what's going to happen. Do a little bit every day. Time management is the key. And one thing I did do is like this spiral. This is what Miss Olson taught me. She's amazing. Like I told you. Hopefully you guys get her. You have to tell her, Jan said you're amazing. So I'm going to say, I get up at 6. So I'm going to write down my times. I'm going to put 6. Okay. And I'm going to I have my quiet time in my devotion. That's the first thing I do every morning. And then that's about 30 minutes. Okay. 6:30. And when I do 6:30, I'll do like 25 ATI questions. And I make every day, a step. Then at 7, I'm done. Then at 7 p.m., I'll start on one of my subject homeworks. And then I might have class at 8, but I make an outline of my whole schedule down. If you write your whole schedule down and your time, you're going to be able to stay by it. And then you can cross it out, and don't get frustrated that, okay, oh my gosh, I didn't finish everything in this subject. But you have to study for everything every day. If you only study for one subject and then the test, look at how much you have to catch up. They fell behind. It's a 3-ring circus constantly. So I really suggest scheduling every day when you get up, make your own schedule when you have classes and everything. I hope that makes sense. This has really, really, really helped me to stay focused and allow my family to know I can't interact right now. I can't talk, can't do anything. Let me get done with this. So that is something that I wanted to show you that Ms. Olson really helped me out on. Okay. How to make a study guide. I do make study guides, and what I do with my study guide, I actually do the PowerPoint and I add to it. Okay. If you have study guides from friends, yeah, that's okay. But I like doing my own study guide because my study guide is totally different than mine thought is. If you want to, as a group, do a group study guide, that's okay to do that. But study guides are useful, but don't wait to the last minute when she said study these items. Again, go by the syllabus, start studying those off the syllabus, okay? Ask students in a higher level for help If they have any study guide references too, and I do have some. So if you need help, just let me know and I can pass mine down to you. Again, try to make your own. Are there any questions on this one? Right, test taking. Simple things are important. Eat a good breakfast, get a good night's sleep the night before, and arrive at school early. This is all so true. And I've been in your place, and I still am, where I do not sleep well. Like I didn't sleep well last night because my final proctored test for community health is tomorrow. But I do arrive, and I do have a specific seat that I sit in, because if anything, I feel like it'll just throw me off. Practice questions again, do 25 questions a day in ATI. Relax, just sit there. And if you have to, close your eyes, put in your ear pods. Don't listen to anybody. I mean, if you can get in there and just get in your own, whatever you do, and try to block out everything about everybody studying, any negativeness, just get into your mojo of peace and happiness when you get in there, because you don't want any of that to affect your learning and your studying. Do not just get discouraged or frustrated if there's a question that you do not know to answer. Focus on how to treat the patient in the scenario again. What is the correct answer? Okay, after the test, reward yourself, rest your brain, look up questions you couldn't find after you've rested. Don't go, oh my gosh, what was this? Don't panic. Review the exam on ExamSoft when your teacher allows it. Some teachers do. I know this last semester, none of the teachers did that with us. Try not to binge or purge the information. Again, take tidbits. You can't eat an elephant in one day or one night. It takes a little bit to eat an elephant. So if I can say anything, don't study the night before. Because sometimes there's one test that we had this past that we had over 10 systems that we had to know in the diagnosis and stuff. So don't wait till the last minute on that. Attendance is very, very, very important. I mean, instructors can see you on that Zoom, and they know if you're paying attention, if you're not paying attention, what's going on, if you're on your phone, if you're doing stuff, they can tell. Just respect them. That's all. Anything I can say, respect them. Just give them respect, and they'll respect you back. Even talking in class, I know that they like for people to talk. Talk in class. Everything is just the whole thing. A school is respect each other, and everything will be great. Okay, try to sit near the front of the class. Right now, it's like probably who's going to be at the top of the Zoom. No, just kidding. If you miss class, get notes from someone. Let your instructors know if you're not there, seriously, because they will be more understanding if you tell them, hey, this is why I'm out, this is what's going on, instead of not communicating with them. Because I know it was a week ago, I was in the ER and I was looking at the doctor going, you better get me well. I have a test tomorrow. I can't miss school, and I have a test Saturday. Do whatever you have to do, And I was crying, texting Miss Olson and Miss Cork, and they were like, what the heck, Jan, what are you doing? And I'm like, well, I have a test, I can't miss. But they're very understanding if you communicate with them and be honest. Okay, let's see what else. Oh, your handbook policies recently changed. Yes, because we did get an email recently that our test percentage was changed. And so there was some wording in the handbook that was not correctly worded in some ways. So they had to email us on that. So look at the handbook too on that. They're fixing that. Okay,
So
find out what works.
on the bottom of that previous slide, it talked about you cannot miss any clinicals or labs. What if you are in the ER and can't make it? What do you do?
You do what I did. You call, you get an
Okay.
excuse, you get the excuse from the doctor and
Gotcha.
say, when I looked at the doctor before I left, I went, I need an excuse. I cannot leave the emergency room until I have an excuse that they know that I actually was here. So the first thing you want to do is you want to call your instructor and say, hey, this is what's going on, and I don't know what to do, what the next step is. I was
Okay.
just thankful that they were able to work with me, on that test. And I was able to take the test Saturday, but not on Friday because my physician said, you're not going anywhere. And
Right.
so they were able to work. But if you're sick, get that documentation, have that documentation. If I can stress anything, document. Okay. That's the best thing to do in nursing school too. All right.
Thank
Good
you.
question. Okay. Find out what best works for you. Again, hearing, seeing, talking, and trial and error. I had to do trial and error for me, even on visually, how to study. Is it with index cards, writing, concept maps? Do not be afraid to ask your teacher and fellow students for help. Oh my word. If it wasn't for Miss Olson and Miss Torres, even I had Miss Torres and Miss Cork, Matron, those teachers taking the time and me calling, again, me respecting them and them respecting me, talking. They helped me in so many ways, understanding, calming me down and my fears. So having that communication gap. And also, if I can stress too, when something goes wrong and your instructors do really make you upset, just don't jump the bridge. Go to them first. You can talk to them and say, hey, I got to talk to you, and air things out and see where things, go, because that will build more respect than jumping the gun and going to Dean Doolin. So just do the ladder of, chain of command. And that helps you out too as a student too. Okay, and take the advice the instructors are giving you. They've been in your shoes to succeed. So, please take that. There's something else that I wanted. Let me see if I can bring it up, share with you. Let's see. And this is something that Jamie wanted me to share with you. I'm trying to get over here. Okay, let's see. New share. Here we go. This is the same thing. Again, find it, surviving 5 and stuff. So I wish I had everybody's email address. I'm not going to send this to you. But talk about it. Mr. McCoy is there. He's our counselor. He is fantastic. I had him before I was actually in core as for sociology. He is phenomenal. Okay. Lifestyle changes. Again, talk to your family about, hey, I have to designate this time, to study. This is your career. You're paying a lot of money to go to school here, paying a lot. So just, but take time for yourself. That's why I forgot to do a self-check. That's why I ended up in the ER. I really recommend that weekly or even daily, take a self-check. How are you mentally, physically, and spiritually? Just how are you? Are you there? What's lacking that you need to balance that out? Because if you don't, that's going to really just get you where it got me last week. Make friends. I'm so blessed with 6 girls, in my life. So I'm just really blessed with them. Again, clinical tips for clinical, buy 2 of everything. Your pen, buy cheap black pens. Your black pens disappear. Other nurses like black pens. You use black pens for everything. Do not go buy really nice pens, the Flair ink, the black pens. Let's do it. Pen light. You're going to need a pen light. Y'all know what a pen light is? The pen light has a little flash. You'll need that if you haven't gotten that. You might want to buy 2 of them. Let me see what else. So you can have one in your car as a backup. Oh, let's see what else. Your stethoscope. I have a blue one, a light blue one. I even have something on it because sometimes your stethoscopes come missing. Doctors like to pick up stethoscopes and stuff. And then one thing I want to stress too, that when you do take your stethoscope, make sure if you use it on a patient, make sure every time you leave that patient's room that you alcohol, the listening part in the ears, that you alcohol the whole thing. They do have wipes there that you have to wear gloves to put on because it has like a cancer. It can cause cancer, but wipe it off every time you leave a patient's room. especially what's going on right now. Use a
For
check.
the watch, can we use our Apple Watch?
I do. I have mine. I just go.
Okay,
I
thanks.
do. And that's one thing they're going to say too. Do not have your phones out. I mean, when you're on clinicals, I mean, there's people there that you can ask for references. And yes, you're going to see nurses. They're constantly on their phone, but don't get out yours. Okay. Don't get out yours. That's just a habit that they've gotten into, but don't get out yours. The only time that you really need to get on yours is if the first thing that you find out what patients you have in which rooms. So let your instructor know. When you're going somewhere, text your instructor. I put mine in my pocket, so I have mine in my pocket that if I need to text my instructor, but don't be not in the, they'll tell you not in the patient's room, not in the hallway, at a nursing station. No, don't do it. Don't do it. Because that's not a good thing. But a checklist, always have a checklist of everything that you need. And I also have in this one, here it is. This right here. I have this right here, and I have everything in it. And I just have my stuff in there, like what I need. I actually took the checkoff list that you need, and I went to Staples, or you can go to Office Max, and I had them to bind it for me. And that way it's easy to keep. And then everything that I get signed off in for skills and all that, it's all in one place. It's kept neat. So this is going to be something that you're going to print off. But I actually did this because it's all here in one spot. So you're actually going to have to print this off. It's the fundamental skills that you'll have to print off. So I just have this little thing with me. And like when you go to clinicals, you're going to want just plain typing paper or scratch paper and put it in your pocket with a black pen, because you're going to be writing down notes from the patient. So again, black pen, stethoscope, and water. Please drink water. Okay, let's see. Again, they had the diseases and the numbers. I'm trying to go through this really fast. Plan for exams, practice again, ATI. Because as soon as I get done with you guys, I'm practicing ATI. Okay, you're going to be taking your med math exam. Okay, you guys are going to do awesome. You guys are going to do good. The one thing you need to have memorized is know your conversions. So this is right here where it has the conversions right here. Know these conversions. Okay, this is something that you need to know to help you pass. I'll leave that there for a few minutes. I don't know if you want to take a picture of it. You can take a picture of it with your phone too if you want to. But know those conversions. And I'm going to give you a website that you can actually go and start taking practices. It's called Daily Dosage. Daily Dosage. And you can go and practice med math every day.
If you have the chance, we've all, I think most of us have put our emails in the chat box. Would you be able to send this document to us if that's not too big of a problem?
No, I'll do it. Let me go to the chat. I'm trying to find the chat. Oh, here you go. You know what? I will do that. That won't be any problem. I can send that because I know y'all will need this. So I'm trying to see. I wonder if there's a way you can print it off.
Or if
Do y'all mind if I take a picture of this instead of typing all this? Or is there a way that you can copy it?
I was just gonna say, maybe you send us your email and we'll write it down and just email you individually. Because then we'll
See with the signups, they're going to have it already from the sign up Genius and such that we signed up with to be in part of this. We'll probably have the email list really easy to get to.
Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and send you mine because that'll be easy too. So you can send me mine. Just say, hey, I was in class. I'm going to do the right now. Okay, it's Gina Swain at ArizonaCollege.edu. Okay, let me send it. Okay, that will be good. And that way I can send you all this too. But for the med math, start doing it every day. Oh my gosh, where's my other book? Oh, I am so sorry. Y'all have been sitting for my final report. Let's see, where is it? Is that it? History. Oh, here it is. Okay, I have another amazing instructor, Miss Mitchell, who y'all get to know too. She is amazing. And this is the book that she recommended for med math. Okay, she's another fantastic teacher. This is really good to get a used one. This one was used, and you can also rent them. Renting them is okay too. And it's by Anne. Here, I'll just, if we can see it. Can you see it okay?
Thank you.
You're so welcome. Did everyone get this down okay? It's med math. It goes through and explains everything, has pictures in there. It will help you also, along with the daily dosages to help you. So this is something else. Okay, and again, I'm going to send all this that you can read, all right, about remembering the units, all that fun stuff. So I'll send you this one too. Okay, I have one. Huh?
Can I ask you a question?
Okay.
For the books, where do you get like any
Where-
specific?
Oh, where do I get my books?
Yeah, like
Ah,
used ones. I know there's
I will
websites or
get used, I will get used ones, and then I will put like the cheapest, anything for sale,
uh-huh.
You go
I-
to Amazon?
Amazon. There's other websites out there that you can buy that are not,
Okay.
you have to use for I just used,
Okay.
used
Okay.
use,
Yeah.
look on there for low cost college books. Put in the author's name, low cost or cheap with that author's name, and you'll be good. And you'll be good.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to do a new share. Let's see where it's at. Some tricks. Is it this one? Yeah, this is this one. Okay, on this one, can you guys see this one? Okay, I'm gonna stop this share and didn't do it. Okay, I want this one and share. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, but can y'all see this over here? Where? Okay. So the requirements, have y'all gotten this yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so just remember, the sooner you get this done, the sooner Miss Server won't be on you. People won't be writing you. And the server's awesome, but you don't, the sooner you get this done, the better. Remember to do your TB screening, do all this, okay? Your flu shot, you're gonna have to upload it to Castle, branch. So just stop me if you need help. Hepatitis B, you're gonna have to do all this. Mumps and measles and rubella. Your chicken pox, have all that done. Tetanus, your CPR. If you haven't done your CPR yet, get that done. Go as a group. Go as a group. You know people that had to do it. So just, hey, let's go eat breakfast or eat lunch afterwards. Do something. Don't forget your fingerprint clearance. That does take a while to get sometime. That does. So don't forget that. Your background check again, that takes a while to get done. If anything, these two, CPR, everything is going to take a while sometimes.
Jan, I have a question about the fingerprint card.
Uh-huh.
So say you don't get your actual fingerprint card by the time that they're due, will they accept like the carbon copy that they gave you from the fingerprint place?
That's a good question. They should. Don't take me like, yeah, that's it. But I would definitely get that carbon copy from the print place. You know what I'm saying? But that's a good question to ask. I'm actually,
Okay.
I'll even actually um, email Jamie in a little bit.
Also,
Okay, thank you so much.
like accept it or deny or like or reject it. I put mine up and it accepted it just because it knows it's coming, and then it will also send you a notification that it needs like the hard copy once I receive it,
Okay.
and then so either way you'll still be accepted.
Oh,
And
perfect.
I think
Thank you, Jacqueline. I appreciate that because I was worried. I'm like, I don't know if it's going to take that or not because I had the email and I put that in and it rejected the email, but I hadn't tried using the carbon copy yet. That's why I was asking.
yeah, no, try it, see how it is. Is your due dates for this December 18th?
Yeah.
Okay, you might want to just like put it in there or email Jamie.
Yeah, I'm
email-
just like, I'm trying.
Yeah, email Jamie, keep them in the loop. You want to keep
Okay.
everybody in the loop. If you keep everybody in the loop, they know that you're working on it. If you don't keep people in the loop, you know, they're going to think, well, they didn't care in the first place. You know, what
Right,
they're waiting for the
exactly.
last minute to do this. Now they're calling me. Yeah. So keep them in the loop and say, hey, I am working on it. This is the process.
Okay,
And then you
thank
have your
you.
drug screening. Oh, you're so welcome. And there again, the Castle Branch training, the official transcript, uniforms, you know, this pen light, you know, your Apple Watch, white shoes, all that information right there. That's it, girls. Do y'all have any questions?
I have a quick question about the drug
Okay.
screening. I did take it. It's just $80. I didn't know if you have to take it every quarter though. Like I'm just
The ones that I know in the past were the ones that smoked. You know, they do check, you know, because you're not supposed to be smoking or if anything shows up, you know.
no, yeah. I
So-
was just curious if like this is a one-time deal or just like you have to get checked every quarter or semester.
We have it, not unless it becomes something new.
Okay, yeah. No, I was just like, okay, I have to
It
pay.
only has to do, and don't be scared if you get something that shows they, you know, if there's medicine that you are taking and it shows up, don't be scared, you know. But I know that I had a friend that did smoke and they had to go back, you know, and take the test and do some things that, you know, they weren't smoking and stuff. So they did take that pretty high about the not smoking thing. Are there any other questions?
I have another one. For the health and history physical, it says you have to submit it to the Arizona College Health. Do you submit it through email or is it in the Castle
Who
branch?
does, who does this say? I'm sorry, I didn't read that. Who does this say to submit to?
The top
Is it
one.
given-
Top one.
Huh?
The first one, the top one, it says the health and history. It's complete physical exam. That one, yeah.
That needs to be submitted to Castle Branch. It will say your physical on the website once you log in and have your account, along with all of the other stuff like measles, chicken pox.
Because I have the
hepatitis.
rest, but I just saw this part and I haven't done that yet.
You haven't done what?
Submit the exam. Like I didn't see that on the Castle Branch.
The physical?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think I have it up right now. It should be number 8. It says
8.
physical examination.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I'm sorry. I'm on another. You go through Castle Branch, and then after 5 and 6, then you switch over to another thing. So I'm sorry, I had to wrap my head around that.
Thank you.
I had one question. For our scrubs, for our lectures, even though they're going to be online, are we in our scrubs for those as well, or just lab and simulations and clinical?
Lab and simulation. Lab and simulation, even if it's on Zoom for lab and simulation, you're in scrubs.
Okay. Thank
But if
you.
it's a lecture class, you're regular clothes. But the one thing again, they want you sitting up. You know, they don't want you slouching in your bed, in your pajamas in your bed. Put just a little effort in, you know, because instructors recognize that. They recognize who is in their bed. You know, does that show a sign that I really are interested in school compared to someone sitting up? Let me just, you know, any area and you're paying attention. Okay. So that's the one thing I stress too, that you show that you do care and find your PJs. you know, especially the top part. No PJs on the top part during lecture.
And then, sorry, one more question. Our first day, will it be more like an orientation type thing, or will we head straight into class? Like, how do you remember when?
Yeah, some instructors, the normal thing that they will do is go through the syllabus. So your best thing is when as soon as you find that class, you read the syllabus too, because when you go to class, you can say, well, you know, it says this, this, and this, and this. You know, be ready to ask them questions. So kind of familiarize yourself, have that printed off or somewhere that you can follow along. They're going to go through the syllabus. They're actually going to teach that day. So you want to be prepared for that lesson too. Look and see, is there any quizzes due that day? Is there any work? There might be work that needs to be done prior to class or after class that you could gotten done before class, if that makes any sense.
Mhm.
So look, as soon as you get that syllabus, look at it. Look at it. Because they will go over things that they want. And it depends on the teacher, if the teacher's new or if they constantly have taught that class. Because I know some instructors, they just got into the class and the syllabus can always change. As long as it's in writing, it can change. Okay, that can change. Are there any other questions? These are great questions.
Yeah, Jan, can I just ask, like, what does the week look like the schedule? Because I haven't heard that much about
Okay.
that.
It's busy. So my schedule it was nice this semester than it was in seven. Seven was nuts. It just really depends on your classes. Like I remember one semester I had class all day at school. I was at school from like 7 and I didn't leave till 4. You know, it was like straight. And so I just packed a lunch, you know, because I didn't want to waste money going spending somewhere else. You know, so I would just stay at school. I know things have changed sometimes. This semester, there was days that I have been in this room for 12 hours. I was on at 7 and didn't get off till 5. And that was class. And we did have breaks. They would give us like a 10-minute break, you know, or 30-minute break, you know. But yeah, it depends on the day. Every schedule is different. Every schedule, some days you'll have class all day. Some days you'll just have one sim. Some days you'll be in sim from 10:30 to 5. You know, sometimes you have sims for 6 hours that you're there, you know, the whole 6 hours. So it just depends on your schedule. It can be crazy. So if you're working, I wouldn't work full time. Work as minimum hours as you can, because it will become stressful and it will affect your family too. If you got to get this balance down, especially if you are mothers or single parents or married or you're single, you got to find that balance. And I'm going to tell you, the first 2 weeks are the hardest 2 weeks to find that balance. It's always for me, because every semester is a new semester, different requirements are asked. So it takes me about a week to 2 weeks to find that balance again. But it depends on your schedule. And I don't know what the schedule is really going to look like, since right now it looks like we're probably not going to clinicals. You know, I don't know what the schedule is. I know that you'll probably do a lot of sims and skills online, so that's kind of fun. So when they do that part, but yeah, I'm so sorry, but it is crazy. It gets crazy. You had to find it. That's why I live by my calendar, because I had to find that balance. Every day, I had to find that balance. I hope that helped out, Emily.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I felt like I did.
That definitely helped. Thanks.
Is there anybody else or?
Okay, I have a question. Do you know when we take our first med math test? Or is it random?
I don't know. Usually it was like 2 to 3 weeks after the first class.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And I remember in the past, it was like you had 3 chances. But like the book that I showed you in Daily Dosages, get on it now. The Daily Dosages, it's a free website.
I'm sorry, what website was that?
And Daily Dosages. It's a free nursing med math. Very, 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 very. You just get in there, you answer the question. If you get it wrong, it explains how to get the correct answer. And memorize what I'm sending you in a little bit. Memorize the measurements. You got to get those. If you know those measurements, you're going to do good. You have to know the measurements. But I would get the book that I showed the class earlier too. And get that. Are there any other questions?
So when we finish our requirements, like the physical, the immunizations, do we just leave it, or do we tell somebody that we're done? Or
No, that they check.
Okay.
Serva, who's over that, will check, and then if you have not completed it or done what you're supposed to, she'll send you a nice reminder that it needs to be completed. So Miss Serva is actually over. She's over the calendar and all that. And so just be patient with her too, because the calendar, you have to stop and think. She's doing the whole campus, and she's doing the calendar. She's getting everybody for clinicals. So just be real gentle with her too. If she doesn't reply or you get the reply that you want, be kind to her too, because she has a big job on getting clinicals and, making sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to. But if you're not updated on what, she'll give you an email.
Okay, thank you so much.
Oh, you're so welcome. Is there anybody else? Guys, this was fun. I am really excited. I'm so excited for you guys. I'll never forget the first time I got to go in for a facial. Y'all, I got to see the coolest thing last week. I got to go into surgeries. I mean, I got to do endo. I really wanted to do cardio because my daughter had 4 open heart surgeries, but that was okay. And I went into endoscopy, and I got to see the surgeon even said, "Come follow me." So I got to follow the surgeon, and see. I got to see a surgery that was never done before too. So that's pretty cool. So just wait till you're 8 and take advantage of everything. Step up. If you get to the clinicals and you hear that your patient's going into surgery, you go to your nurse and say, "Hey, I want to go to surgery with that patient." Stick your neck out and just say, "I want to go." Who do we need to talk to? And go. It's the coolest thing. It's the coolest thing. You will enjoy it. I am so excited. Y'all, I hope, did everyone email me? Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop right now. Huh?
No, am I supposed to email you?
I sent my email in the group chat. It's Janice there. So send me just message me. And then, do y'all mind if I send this in a group one instead of single?
Yeah.
I'll try to do a group. And then what I'll do is I'll just send you everything that we did tonight. Give me about 30 minutes and I'll send all this guys to you. Okay. All right. And then I'll leave my email in there and phone number if you need to contact me throughout the semester if you need help. You girls got this. How exciting. Whoop, whoop, how exciting.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Merry Christmas, you guys. Okay.
You too. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.